Game on! The best of 5 in the loser bracket here at Meta Madness. So let's go real quickly over it again. 10 heroes are banned completely for the entire setup here, for entire series. And well, we went over them earlier. Ana is banned, Abathar is banned, Johanna, Li Ming, Deathwing, Zul, Rhaegar, ETC, and Greymane. I think those were all of them. Those are all banned for the entire tournament. But also, of course, every single hero that you see played will not be allowed to be played again. So we had fantastic sets earlier, especially when the series goes into game number 4, game number 5. We had Gazlo, we had Murky, we had Valera, we had pretty much everything at this point. But it is pretty awesome. Now, we're obviously starting a little bit slow with all of this, but now we are in the lower bracket. Team Nick is playing against Team Xrayy, and the loser of this series is out of the tournament. So let's see what they can actually pull off. We have the bans on Tassadar, Leo is banned, Nick is obviously not going to play his Carrigan anytime soon. And there comes the ban on Junkrat as well, with Blaze being the first pick actually here on Infernal Shrines. Map bans have also come through. Towers of Doom was banned and Cursed Hollow were banned on the map side. So we'll actually see how that's gonna check out. But yeah, picks on the side of Nick. What are we gonna get here? Kelvin with Radar, and the Space Goat is in. Yeah, they were actually successful with her already in the last one, so that's pretty nice. And let's go. Next picks here. I kind of like it, really. We had so many fun setups already, and even when you're on the first map, I feel through the 10 bans that we have, there's so many heroes eliminated that you usually see in nearly every single game. I mean, we're talking Johanna, we're talking ETC, the Ana picks that you always see with a nano boost on the target. That obviously is kind of fun and entertaining, but as you're progressing through a series and you see every single game new heroes, even though there are regular heroes, there are heroes that are regularly played, it's actually pretty sexy. So, Tyrael is in. And Vala gets picked now too for Infernal Shrines. I mean, fantastic lineup for them already. You have a lot. This lineup is honestly insane if you look at Team Xrayy. They have the layered defenses of the Sanctification and the Bunker. They have Vala for the multi-shot damage on the Shrine, which also is going to damage, of course, the opponent's heroes when executed correctly. So you have the sustain, you have the damage, you have the objective pressure. It's really nice. Jimmy has a lot of that too, and Urel, Space Girl, is of course, or Space Goat, is going to jump into the back and try and hit them until they're blue. Infernal Shrines with the next ban. Chromie has been banned. So, Chromie eliminated, and Lulcio also taken out. Keine Macht in Drogen. Okay. With that said, we have Infernal Shrines, the picks. Zeratul is up. I mean, eventually I think we're going to see Zeratul played by Dino, if he's not banned out here. Not maybe in this series, but as the series continues. Deckard Cain, the old man. Okay. Old man with a rocket launcher over here. And Orphea, yeah, Coffin Girl coming in again. Was already played in the last one, but here we go. And let's see. Last 2 picks. We still need, of course, the healer as well. I mean, it's not really a problem in game number 1. It's just simply a question of what you want to do with it, right? I wonder if one of the teams that eventually is going to go for some kind of cheesy strat. Pick that Morales. There's my F, and there's also Stukov. That leads us to the last pick for this one. And let's have a quick look at what's going on with Team Nick. Now, Team Nick obviously just comes from a winner bracket match, right? So they are warmed up, but at the same time they also played full 5 maps already as they're dropping down into this one. So they might be a bit tired. I mean, we've been here for a long time. We've been casting now for 7.5 hours already. And we have another best of 5 coming up. But the last pick on map number 1, it is Diablo. Dibbles is in. And that sets us up for the first game. Without further ado, let's jump straight in. Infernal Shrines, ladies and gentlemen. Team Nick against Team Xrayy. Game on, everybody! Team Nick against Team Xrayy. First map, Infernal Shrines, and Nick on Urel on the left side. Dino on Orphea, Kelvin on Reyna. We got Yasuo on Deckard Cain, and Masquerade on Diablo. Over to the right side of the map, we have Xrayy on Tyrael, Dequaza on Blaze, Tobos on Vala, Lil Q on Stukov, and Gia on Maiev. So, off we go. Let's see who takes game number 1, who takes the lead here. Nick and his boys looked very good. I was actually a bit surprised that they were thrown down into loser's bracket, but Hazorbs and his team, they played absolutely fantastic in this series. So it was a close one, very, very close. Definitely 2 teams on eye level. But at the end of the day, Hazo and his boys were just a little bit too strong to be beaten here. And now we have more German action. The German efficiency on the side of the blue team. Maybe coming through. Then again, we also got a couple of Germans on the side of Team Xrayy, so it's not like there's not enough efficiency to go around here. Up at the top, the Space Goat already hopping around down to the bottom of the map. That's where Kelvin is starting to move in. Starting to make his play here. And off we go. Boom. The cube. Oh. By the way, am I the only one? I can't really show you right now, but I'm going to show you later. There is a little bit of a weird setup. That phase that we have in the middle of the minimap on Infernal Shrines, it's honestly kind of weird. Always weirds me out a little bit, especially on the map. We'll talk about that later. For now, we have to talk about Masquerade, because it seems like he might actually fall, and that's the first blood here. Lot of terror my ass. Yeah, terrified maybe, but he is not doing anything there. No terror for him. Okay, so now that Nick is moving up to the top again, we'll check that out. But yeah, actually, I mean, there's a shrine, a symbol right now over it, since this is where the next shrine spawns. But just look at this. Like, right here, when you look at the minimap, right here are the eyes, you know, and, like, that's the head, and the guy is bald, too. And down here, you have the mouth. So there's definitely, like, a bit of a creepy face on this map. Very angry person. That's an angry look right there. And if you guys don't see that, and I'm the only one that I'm drunk, but I swear to God, I see that every single time I look at that minimap. Now it's a little bit harder to see because he has that, there is the shrine symbol also, but once the shrine moves onto a different one, it's got to be a little bit more obvious. So it's definitely there, it's definitely there. I'm not lying. If you don't see that, then that's your fault. So yeah, I don't need glasses, I swear to God. I got LASIK. So, punishment is in. I also got the Bound by Law and this. Oh, actually, Soul Shield on level 1 for Dibbles. I'm sorry, I kind of missed that. Soul Shield is ready. And here we go. Same time now, top side. Already the Shaman is taken. This reminds me a little bit of the series that Nick played against Hazo over here, where Hazo's boys were trying to actually time this, and then Nick just comes in with the entire team swinging, and they claim it, take it away, and kill 4 heroes. That was a pretty nasty setup, for sure. Okay, top side. Bit of damage. Nick Dino pushing this out. Yeah, Orphea is moving around here. Little coughing girl. I don't even know what that skin is supposed to be, to be honest. Some of the skins are just weird. It's like, yeah, and especially Orphea, she has a lot of skins in one particular category. Exactly that one. Okay, so 1 kill against 0. First shrine is up. Let's go. Arcane Punisher, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make it happen. Dequaza already up the front. They're taking the position here. Dino was trying to come in from the side. So far that hasn't really worked. If Masquerade can maybe get a wall stun out, that would be great for them. Needs the angle though. Okay, push them out. Stuns against the shrine. Nice. And then Urel comes in and pushes them back. Playing a bit of ping pong with them. The problem is that Diablo gets attacked again and nearly falls. Told you. Not so terrifying after all. More so the terrified. He is terrified. That's more like it. And anyways, as all of that is happening, seems like, despite the fact that still Team Nick is trying to get it, Team Xrayy is having a good position here. Nick is creating tons of space though, and so is Deckard Cain, so they might actually claim this after all, especially since Dequaza is now down. Dequaza is down, Tobos is dead as well. Uh-oh, that's a triple, baby! The Will Q eliminated, and that's level 7 plus a Punisher in the hands of Team Nick. Yeah, that was actually a good start. It was a very good start. Arcane Punisher now moving through the middle. Some of the heroes are still not there, so wall should fall for sure. Maybe a little bit more than that even. But that was pretty good. Yeah, that's how you make the plays, boys. Right there. So, with that already in, let's see what else they can actually do here. He has a push already through the middle. Everybody else is starting to move in as well after Urel cleared the top lane and pushed the camp in a bit deeper. Now, of course, Dukov with the silence can be a bit annoying, but Xrayy is also rather low, so he needs to be careful. The fountain is down. And with a few minions still alive, they actually aim for additional damage onto the fort, and they get that. And it's time to steal the camps away. Steal all the camps away. Go on full thieving over here. Check that out too. But again, you can't really prevent it anymore at this point. Yeah, please, jump on this one. Jump on the shadow. That's what we're gonna see. So, yeah. Now that I look at the face again, now the shrine is gone, I actually think it's an avatar. You know, like it's like Avatar Aang style. Has a little bit of a tattoo on the forehead as well. I mean, you guys see that, right? Like, I mean, it's right over here. Look at my mouse. So there's the eyes right here. This is pretty much a mouth. You could say this down here is the chin, but even like just the head, it looks a little bit like my sub emote, honestly. The ears over here on the side. There's a little bit of a tattoo over there. And the guy looks really angry. It could be me. It could be me. What gave it away is just like the angry expression on the face, you know? It's just like, that's the ranting face. That's my ranting face for sure. So I didn't know that Blizzard designed the map after me. I mean, I know that they already included me in the game when they implemented the random guy that you can choose when you're heading into quick match. But I had no idea that they also made a bit of a play here for the map. So, boys, thanks so much. But yeah, 10 on the board, 3 kills against 1. And with level 10, the old man is going to go and bore everybody to death and stay a while and listen. Sweet summer child. Let me tell you a tale of woe. Yeah, and also, we got, of course, Diablo the Apocalypse. A pork in, and right now, there's not really a lot for them to do. I mean, again, at the end of the day, what you really like trying to do now is force a fighter on level 10, but the red team has already fallen back heavily. It's not really a lot that you can do there. Okay, so now the push through the bottom of the map as they're starting to take that down. And the wall has fallen. So far, so good. And here we go. This is really the setup where it becomes interesting, because you have Sanctification up, you have now also the bunker in play. And with that setup, you have a lot of layer defenses, and you can really just put Vala into a position where she can do a whole lot of damage. Okay. Alright, so up in the middle. What do we get there? The fort has still not been taken down. We got 3 kills against 1. And top side, the next shrine is activating. On the damage output, we haven't really seen too many fights just yet. It's just 13,000 damage on my F, 17,000 for Fear. It's really just all trying to play a little bit passive right now, hoping for the next setup. You want to take the fight before the level 13 is in for the blue team, so they all have a bit of an advantage. Completing those quest talents is also important, so Blaze now having the unstoppable frames is actually really important. This can help him out in those fights a lot when he goes for the Pyromaniac. Yeah, talking about it, he's actually locked down already. Full on body block. Has to drop the bunker in order to escape here. Yeah, Apoc is already out. Mid lane, by the way, is losing the fort now to the minion wave that has been escorted in. So that's good for them. And level 13 any second now for Team Nick. They got it, and this is looking amazing for them. With the 13, they should be able to pick up another Punisher there. Xrayy, on the other hand, they seem to be willing to fight still, despite the level 13 talent advantage. They're poking around a little bit and hoping for an opening. Yeah, maybe here. Lockdown, Rain of Vengeance. Good damage against Masquerade. Sanctification together with a cage. Really well done, but they can't get the kill, and Gia barely jumps out. Maiev nearly falling. Nick is getting attacked, but they're pushing everybody back, and now all of the heroic abilities have been used. So, yep, there's that. Okay. Nicely done. Yeah, it was actually a pretty nice one over here. It was a good attempt that we saw from Team Xrayy. With a good cage setup and the Sanctification, you just have so much push power in those situations, and they used it immediately, but they couldn't get the kill secured. Maybe if they do, they have a chance to turn this around, but the conclusion of this particular objective is of course now inevitable. It will be another Punisher pushing for Team Nick through their top. Yeah, right now. So, there we go. Trying to take the wall down, trying to maybe even take the fort down too. Nick is already moving down to the bottom of the map. Went for the Divine Steed on level 7, so it's a bit easier for him to make the rotation quickly. But yeah, there we got it. So, as we have now all of this set up, it seems like we're going to go for the next push up at the top. Yeah, the attack against Xrayy. He's low in mana too, that's another problem. The Ophir ult doesn't connect, was dodged out on, but they're all low. They're all low, at least on mana. But the kill goes against Ophir. Coffin Girl is down, and they are aiming for another follow-up. Masquerade is getting attacked now. Stay a while and get wrecked. The stun comes in, and what a beautiful setup. It leads to a kill against Maiev. The follow-up against Blaze is there too. That was actually fantastic. Great setup from Deckard Cain. And then the follow-up with Diablo's Apocalypse. 3 kills in total. They can take the fort now. That explosion was actually pretty good to lock that down and take the minions apart. But again, the fort is already too low. They're going to lose it. That's the second one to fall. The first one fell earlier when the minions pushed into the middle of the map, of course. But holy hell. That was pretty sexy. That was a really good setup. Okay, Vala at the bottom of the map. Tobus is actually jumping out from this one as well. And yeah, look at the experience lead. Damn, son. That's like a 2-level lead, and they're gonna be a talent ahead in just another second. 16. Team Nick crushing right now. 6 kills against 2. And they're also going for the trap. Uh-oh. Admiral Atba wants his playback. It's a trap. And the stun. Can they get the kill? Gia. Yeah, he's down too. Ult wasn't really needed here, but that was a really good kill against Maiev. Now, it got a little bit weird when Diablo actually pulled her out of the silence of Stukov. But again, we still were able to get that setup. I mean, Stukov is on the other side, but really looked for a second a little bit strange there. But it was a good kill regardless. She just pushed her a bit back to safety. But it was a good reaction from Stukov actually to try and make it work that way, but didn't really pan out. He can't really go for a save here. I mean, we've all pretty much seen that. It was a good setup. It was really well done. So now we have 7 kills against 2, 16 versus 14, and every single fort is destroyed. And they're painting the map blue. They're taking all the camps away. They've taken the Khazras now. There's only 2 Shaman camps available, and with the talent advantage, why wouldn't they try and see what they can pull off at the top right? Okay. Upside though, Nick, ooh yeah, pushes that out. There's 4 heroes already gathering up. The only one missing is Maiev at the bottom. But that is definitely enough to allow them to go for the camp now and steal it away. Which they will do here. Damage output, to give you guys a bit of a heads up here. 34,000 for Orphea. And 27,000 for Vala. Yeah. Move into the middle a little bit, but still the pressure at the top, so that wall is gonna fall in the middle. They're still protecting the camp. It's actually insane. They're so far ahead right now. They're really dictating everything here. The only thing that can be done is the attempt to slow this down. Apoc again! Oh, the double! Oh my god! What a combo. She was pretty much through the gate already, and then Vala gets sucked back in. This was the perfect setup for Orphea in particular, but the Apoc, of course, is chipping in on top of it. That was sexy as hell. Damn, they're picking the kills wherever they can find them right now, aren't they? Team Nick is moving in to take the first keep down. We're 13 minutes into the game, and they are looking fantastic over here. Really nice job by them. Yeah, let's go. They're trying to go for Gia here. Gia, careful. And that could be another kill if they follow up. But he gets the heals from Will Q. Stukov is running around trying to keep them alive. Even in the sanctification. Nick might actually fall, and indeed he does. Nicely done. This could be just the play. It's 10 kills against 3, but it's 16 versus 16 talents. So if you've ever had a moment where you might be able to make a move back into the game, this might just be it, you know? So they're going for it again, but the turnaround attempt here, pushing them into the wall. Stukov, ooh, and the sleep. But this time the only one that is being put to sleep is Deckard Cain. Forever, I might add. So yeah, Deckard down and move towards the shrine. Yeah, level 20, soon on the board. The only thing that they need is another half level. But they are not stopping. I mean, this is a 4 versus 3, and they just don't give a shit. They're moving in again. Wall stun, Masquerade, Apoc, Gia low, Gia down. Gia is dead. 2 versus 2 right now. 2 versus 3, actually. Diablo had the souls. He's coming back. Chomp, 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 chomp. Dino coming in and just chomping away, taking her down. Now all of a sudden, Dequaza is the one on the run here. What a game. At this point, they're just going full fiesta. Yeah, and Dequaza is getting a little bit of a beating down there. He's not going to make it either. Spray game is definitely on point, and that's the perfect spray for that situation. But it seems like we're going to look at another Punisher for Team Nick. 15 kills to 6. I mean, again, Nick and his team, they took the first spot in the group. and Xrayy took the third and therefore the last one, so that's a problem. But yeah. Sometimes we see teams just like step it up as we're heading into the bracket, but in this case, it doesn't really seem like that holds true here. So yeah, they're crushing. They're absolutely crushing right now. And they are not even completing that Punisher just yet. Waiting first of all for Jimmy here. But look at the damage output. 64,000 now by Dino. And Dino actually is still on the shrine. Nick, on the other hand, he might get caught over here if he doesn't pay attention. Careful, my friend. Okay, so... Oh, he has, of course, Divine Steed. I keep forgetting. But the Punisher's now taken. A little bit of ping action over here. Yeah, 3 versus 5. Everybody else is moving now onto the lanes, but Tobus is already a little bit low. Oh my god, don't lose in the 3 versus 5, boys. The rest of the team is moving in. They catch Gia. Gia is down. The fight at the top. There's the Sanctification. Time to shine, baby. Punisher at the bottom of the map together with the camp. Mid lane gets attacked. Oh god, every single lane is pressuring now against Team Xrayy. They are just absolutely getting murdered here. The pressure is insane. A bit more pressure and they're all gonna turn into diamonds. Stukov is dead. So is Reyna, though. But we are seeing everybody being obliterated here. Only the 2 tanks are remaining. And here comes John Cena! The Punisher wants a piece of the action as well as he goes for the big boy dive. And they take down Tyrael. Yeah, whereas the Punisher goes for the fight, they are chasing the Quasar. Like, okay, let's go for it and take all of them down. And that is the 5-man team wipe. As they blow them off the map. And that is the lead in this best of 5 series, ladies and gentlemen. Team Nick with the lead on Infernal Shrines. Nicely played, very dominant performance from the blue team. Well done. Game number 2. Team Xrayy against Team Nick. Yeah, let's go and see if Team Xrayy can actually turn it around. But Nick's team looked incredibly dominant on the last one. Now over here, Kerrigan ban is pretty much a lock-in. And yeah, there we have it. Because obviously, you go up against Nick, you want to ban Kerrigan. You go up against Nick on Tomb of the Spider Queen, you don't only want to ban Kerrigan, you have to ban Kerrigan, or you are just absolutely getting crushed. Tacita is in, and, well, in the ban patterns. Now we have, of course, 20 heroes already banned out as we're heading into the second map. 10 because of the global bans that we have for the entire tournament. Another 10 because the heroes were played on the last map already. But this is one of the maps that Nick's team have locked in pretty much every single time when they had the choice. We have a couple of those teams now. For example, Marke, they really love to play Towers of Doom. You look at Nick and they play Tomb of the Spider Queen. So there's a lot of that stuff happening. Zarya gets banned, that's probably a smart choice here too. But it should actually be kind of fun to see how this is going to pan out right now. First game, I'm not going to lie, it looked a little bit rough. I mean, Nick's boys came in and they just stomped, right? So I'm not sure if Team Xrayy is really ready for this. The losing team out of the series in this best of 5 will drop out of the tournament, so that's a bit of a downside here. But what do we get? It's the Junkrat ban. Okay, Junkrat banned out. And what else are we getting with the first pick setup, at least? It comes back to the later games really having a bit more of a focus onto the front line, because those are the ones that are actually banned out first, as it turns out, at least the proper tanks. So in game number 2, that's not going to be too much of an issue, but it's already interesting to see which tanks are picked now, so that you have a bit of an idea what's not going to be available later on. And Rexa gets picked first, yeah, the King of Dragonshire, also highly successful here on Tomb of the Spider Queen, so he's the one that can send Misha into harm's way, unfortunately. Peter has been informed, the reports are out, ladies, and we're soon going to start a hashtag, or so I've heard. Because that is just unacceptable behavior. It is unbearable. Misha sent into Frey all the time. But off we go. We got Leo picked and Phoenix. Okay, Dino with a Phoenix play once again. So it's Dragoon time. And next picks here. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with the adjustments. Now going for banning out the heroes that have been played already. I mean, even if you see quite a few heroes that you normally see as well, but it's kind of cool to see how it slowly but steadily just moves away a little bit from that core 20 picks that we oftentimes see. Having ETC banned out, having Ana banned out, that just shakes things up so much already. There's of course a lot of heroes still that were previously in the meta that are not playing a big role anymore. Genji is a good example, Hanzo is a good example. Those heroes dominated during HGC time for a long time period, but right now they are an afterthought, if that. So it's kind of cool to see a few of them coming back into these games just simply because the teams are saying like, yeah, well, we are starting to fall a little bit short here. And it becomes also a question whether or not you have someone that can actually play those heroes. So player pools, hero pools become a question. Garrosh gets banned. And yeah, still no tank available for Team Nick either. I wonder if at this point... this is actually one of the maps we also saw some of that Murky play. I don't really think we're going to get to see that again. There's the Nuburak ban, okay. Don't want to deal with the stun setup here. So that's the next one. And let's go. Double pick. I mean, the Leo and Phoenix setup already is pretty solid. With Leo in particular, you have the wave clear, you have the bot lane control that you really like. You go up against Rek'Sai, you get the drains against Misha, you get the drains against Rek'Sai if you get close enough. Mostly it's Misha that you're dealing with, but here comes Chromie. The fake dragon is in, and another blondie gets drafted too. Anduin is making its way into the game. Okay. So far so good. But that leaves us with 3 picks left for this one, for game number 2. And you're on team with the Spider Queen. What is Xrayy going to lock in for the team in order to help them out here? They still need someone on the front line. I'm still waiting for some wild combo, you know, some cheese that the teams have prepared. There's the Tracer pick, yeah, finally. We've seen actually, I think that's the first Tracer pick we've seen today in the best of 5 setup, right? We've seen her, I think, 2-3 times now in the group stage. But yeah, Tracer is going to be played again. I actually think she was played once earlier. Yeah, there's tons of games today. I mean, been casting now live for like 8 hours or so in a row with nary a break, so at some points the games kind of blur into each other a little bit. I think it was one Tracer play earlier. Varian and Anduin, the duo! Father ready to shield the son, trying to teach him how it's done. And Chromie for the follow-up after the taunt. Okay, Tomb of the Spider Queen, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump in. Game number 2, and let's see which team takes this one. Are we going to see the 2-0 lead in the best of 5, or is Team Xrayy putting a point onto the scoreboard? Game on! On the left side, Team Nick, ladies and gentlemen, with Nick himself on Leoric, Yasuo on Anduin, Kelvin on Chromie, Dino on Phoenix, and Masquerade on Varian. He sees Anduin drafted, and he has immediately like, listen boy, I can't let you embarrass me again. I'm going to go into the same game. I'm going to show you how it's done. So let's just work together here, and I'm going to teach you the ropes. On the right side, Team Xrayy with Xrayy on Mal'Ganis, Dequaz on Rexa, Tobos on Hanzo, Gia going straight in onto Tracer with pretty much the standard right now. The 1-2 punch, seen that so many times now on her with the after the rework. And Lulcio is getting played by Wilq. Time to shine. Okay. I'm a little bit hyped for that. Variant setups in these games are kind of fun, especially when you combo it off with a Chromie, because it's always like this one-shot potential. Which is kind of cool. I mean, back in the HGC days, there were a few teams that, for example, knew that they were actually worse than the opponent, so they just tried to go for one-shot setups with Variant Taunt into Greymane Bullet plus Li Ming damage, and that worked surprisingly well. But over here, Varian is already coming in and is just shutting the Vampire down, so Mal'Ganis is dead right away, and that's not a good start for Team Xrayy, not after how the last game went. Chromie is still firing away, Kelvin is having a little bit of fun with the fake dragon over here. Chromie needs to be careful that she doesn't get slapped around here. On the other hand, she actually likes that as far as I know. So, yeah, there's always a little bit of a tricky one with her. And... yep. There we have it. Okay. I actually heard that Chromie's safe word is pineapple pizza. But, psh, don't tell anybody. So, 1 kill against 0. And camps are about to be taken. Okay, so on the left side, we have already the wave clear put to some good use. Tracer's, of course, zipping around trying to make the plays. And Dino nearly going down here. That would have been a good start into this if they could get the kill and make that happen. But unfortunately for them, not quite. Masquerade still in the mid lane, fighting it out with Mal'Ganis as much as he can. And towards the top side, as Kelvin, yeah. firing away. Queuing minions in 2020. The memes embraced. But yeah. Top side. There's not really too much happening right now. The problem, of course, if you run an Anduin combo here is you don't really have a whole lot of wave clear that you can play with, right? So that's something that you are severely lacking. It's not something that you can actually use. But that's where Leo comes into play. That's where other heroes come into play as well. They're already trying to go for Misha over here. Masquerade is moving in. Where's the taunt when you need it? Tracer. She saw him coming in and was like, no, 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 no. It's obviously one of the coolest things when you can actually taunt out Tracer. The new talent is in, as usual. The level 4 has become pretty much mandatory. The pulse generator here on Tracer's side. And the turn-ins are also on the way. Seems like the red team is a little bit intimidated. Probably for good reason, but they are falling back very quickly. They have 34 gems in their hands, but they haven't turned in anything thus far. It's actually, the setup is actually kind of getting interesting. Because now we have Phoenix at the bottom of the map. He definitely has what it takes to push his opponent back to deal with Rexa, but that allows Leo to roam free between the middle and the top, so he adds the wave clear that I just a second ago was saying is lacking on the main tank a bit. So this is actually not too bad. It's actually a pretty cool setup if you think about it. And yep, there we go. Mid lane has to be defended now as well. It's obviously where we see the mercenary camp pushing through. It's a little bit of an attack setup down here. Will Q also needs to be careful when that taunt hits home. But it's going to be an execution question, right? So you need to get that chromie damage in as well. And if that comes too late, then you are just in trouble. So Kelvin needs to have the cooldown ready whenever it comes to that. Masquerade nearly dying there to the pulse bomb. 5 versus 5 in the middle of the map now. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race here. 20 turned into 18. Yeah, Team Xrayy. If they can get the first Web Weaver wave, that would be pretty awesome for them. Gia. Yeah, Gia, this is really where the hopes and dreams of the team are currently lying. His performance on that hero. Can he make that happen? Yes or no? That's pretty much the question that we have right now. Alright, Gia, as we're talking about him. Getting attacked here, as is. Yeah, careful. He's trying to make the play. The taunt is in. They go for Xrayy, and he is down. Nice taunt setup here. Well done. The taunt kill. Yeah, that one was pretty Gucci. So, yeah, nicely done. Gets the taunt kill confirmed. So far, so good. And the rest of the setup is obviously happening now as well. Right over here with a move towards Gia again. Trying to see if they can get another taunt connected. The cooldown is definitely ready. We have 2 kills against 0 right now. And the leading experience is there, even though it's not really huge or anything. Down to the bottom of the map. Phoenix, careful. Dino's obviously playing around the shield mechanic. So this is one of the reasons. I mean, what do you really want to have from your offlaner? You want to have some decent wave clear, which is definitely what he brings to the table. You want to be in a situation where your offlaner can also just heal. And the heal mechanic on Phoenix is replaced with the shield mechanic. So you can just simply play around the shield and wait for it to regenerate. So you have the lane sustain and you have some wave clear. So Phoenix is actually in a decent spot to make that happen. And that frees Leo up to join the rotation so that they're not losing out on anything over here. So it's actually a pretty cool setup. It's one of the reasons why on Braxis back in the past, you sometimes saw Phoenix as a solo laner. It was pretty rare because later on in the game you normally run into the trouble that you don't have a second melee hero to shield your backline. But it sometimes was done, and NA in particular kind of liked that style, even with Planet Cracker to help out on the second lane. So there's a couple of cool plays that you can make there. Bomb comes out. Oh, is that enough? No. No. Gia is able to dodge that pretty easily, so that ult didn't really do anything. Half a level is missing. We're looking still at the first Web Weaver wave though, and both teams are fighting heavily to get the first one secured here. But as it turns out, we don't get anything here just yet. Well, maybe just a little bit. I'm still trying to make the plays. Maybe get the level 10. Set something up against the heroes at the top. Where's that taunt? Yeah, not enough. That was a good setup. It also was a good escape. If they don't rotate around the top, then they are running straight into their hands, and that would have been a kill against them for sure. But already Gia is in even more trouble. He needs to be super careful, and the blue Web Weavers are going to come down first. Phoenix is also on the run, and he can actually warp away from this. Dino is saving those 18 gems that he has in his hands. That could have backfired. That could have backfired quickly, so good on him that he was able to move out of this, or that would have been not only death just as the web weavers come down, which is always annoying because you can't push that hard anymore. And it would most likely also have been gems lost. But down here, Will Q is about to fall, gets away thanks to Tobos connecting the stun. Job well done by him, but the fight isn't over yet. Xrayy gets sucked in again. They're trying to go for the fort here. Tracer is all the way up at the top. But Team Nick is not able to get the kill. That's a decent setup here, but the kill is pretty elusive right now. Top side, yeah, that fountain might actually fall after all. Maybe not quite, but it's definitely low. Down at the bottom of the map is the only lane where the web weavers are still here, so they're trying to play that angle for now. Can't really blame them on that. Oh, careful. Yeah, there's the pull as they're moving out again. Tracer's fighting it out against Leo in the middle, where the fort has nearly been destroyed. That might also be a kill, but nice. The ult coming in from Anduin. The problem is he gets interrupted, and that's a kill. First kill, actually, for Team Xrayy. Yeah, able to get that one connected. Good job by them. And let's go. Did you see it, by the way? That planet cracker! I gotta admit that I kind of missed it a little bit when it was used there. But, yeah. Planet cracker in and of itself. Red Weavers now. Red Web Weavers coming in. So it is time to go. The counter push, so to say. Yeah. Trying to counter that out. And let's see how much damage they can do. They nearly lost the fort. Now they have to show that they're also able to get a bit of damage done themselves. Mid lane is gonna get attacked immediately. But here we go. First web weaver. Oh, Leo is actually topside. So he's the one defending up at the top. Down here, again, Dino needs to be very careful, especially now that he has more and more gems in his hands. Sitting at 24 here. The weavers in the middle shouldn't really do too much either. As long as you don't lose heroes right now, you're pretty much Gucci. And just as I say it, Masquerade is in trouble and gets saved by his son. Anduin saving Barrier. And guys, I think he just peaked. I think he just peaked. I think that's it. Anduin can just quit the game right now. It's over. It's over. It's just done. Okay, so. Are you proud of me, Daddy? No. Well... yeah. Anyways, we was down 13, and well, they didn't really do a whole lot of damage. That top wall hasn't even been touched. Down to the bottom, they at least broke through. In the middle, the fort has also taken some damage. Yeah, 13 on both sides. Both get the talent. We see the traditional ominous wraith build on Leo. So that's what he's going to play with. Yeah, then again, the turn-in attempt already. Gia gets interrupted just barely before he is able to connect it. Alright, come on. Oh, careful! Yeah, he comes back in, but boy, that could have been a taunt. If he gets taunted there, then he is toast. So, now to the bottom of the map. There's Dino with 33 gems. He's just sitting there. He's like, guys, can I finally turn in, please? I don't like this. That's too many gems. I can't deal with the responsibility. Yeah, he could actually move to the top and try and turn in there. The problem is that now that the Quasar is turning in, that's another web weaver wave. Red team making it happen. Dino a bit pissed. Oh, the cracker and the tactical pause. Are you kidding me? The Quasar. What the hell? The tactical pause just as the beautiful combo is rocking through the Entomb. It's the perfect angle as well. He gets the mad damage in right there, and the Quasar just said, no, we're going to shut that down, baby. That's the one moment in the game that you have, and we are just going to make sure that it's going to be delayed here. What the hell? The Quasar, that's a yellow card right there. Yeah, sorry. That's not cool. That's not cool, bro. I mean, look at this. It is beautiful. It is so well lined up right here. And he just comes in and is like, nope, not happening. Nope. I don't really know what to say here. We need to whip him around a little bit. I mean, honestly. Ah, Jesus. Shut up, I know that you like it, but you're not getting the whip. The Quasar is getting it. Jesus, Chromie, calm down once in your life. The kill doesn't come in, and there it is. The fight still raging on right in front of us. Kelvin! There, Chromie goes down. That's when you're too excited about getting whipped, girl. Pay attention to the game, seriously. Masquerade also about to be denied, and that's a double kill. And just as the web weaver's coming down, guys, it's Team Xrayy picking up steam right now. Yes, that's the momentum. That's what they need, and let's go, baby. Let's see what they can actually do here. Can they do enough damage to really lock them down right now. Bot lane gets attacked now too. That might be a fort that falls in the middle of the map. You're also getting attacked here. But yeah, this is potentially getting nasty. There's a chance that this is going to get ugly quickly. Down here, fort is down. The fort in the middle is also destroyed. It comes down to the question of how many gems do they still have when all of this is over. How many gems are they going to hold? Can they turn them in? Top lane is the one that gets attacked right now. Yeah, so far so good. There's the taunt, but where's the damage? Where's the damage? Masquerade is about to move back out. Xrayy is still sitting tight over here. Leo is defending the bottom of the map. They haven't actually lost quite as much as I thought they would here. Honestly, I mean, let's be honest, it could have been worse, right? It was already bad enough as it is, but there was definitely the potential for this to hit them way harder than it actually did. They're still slightly behind now, not only in kills, also in experience and structures, but it's still a manageable situation. It's still something where you might be able to make yourself a comeback starting. So, for now, there's also Untouchable on level 13 for Tracer. Yep, 2 stacks on that. So far so good. Let's see how far they can go with it. Down here, okay. So there we have the blue web weavers descending, so they finally turned in 2. 16 talents, they should be ready for the attack. And then we're gonna have even talents again. Need a little bit more, need to be a bit careful. Don't want to run into the fight right away. Need to actually slow this down a little bit, and there it is. The 16 talent, and now we have, of course, the Royal Focus. Awesome. Royal Focus is in, and it is time to go. This fort in the middle, I mean, that one's a goner. You can't save that, and you know that already from the get-go. This one is just down. Top fort, that's likely gonna fall too. The only question is really how much damage can they do in the middle. I don't really expect them to be able to take down the keep itself, but even if they just open the wall up, that would already be annoying too. So there's a lot that could happen here, especially with the attack from the back. The arrow camera catches everything as the arrow is headed straight for North America over here. Beautiful, and big shout out to the Observer, aka myself, for catching all of the action here in this particular setup. So, now that we have the fort eliminated, the wall destroyed, the fort at the top has fallen, the fort at the bottom of the map is also getting murdered. So, this one is also down, and the fight continues behind it with a quick sound barrier and the kill against Rexa. Yeah, quite a few gems have been lost, but they're making the play for Xrayy right now, and that could be a second kill, but he moves away with 160 HP. Tracer, topside, currently doing her thing. And getting a little bit of value for the team, not really sitting with them. But they didn't lose out on too much either. Alright, so far so good. Team Nick back on track. Team Xrayy fighting back in this game. Definitely a bit different from what we've seen on the last map here. But they are putting in the effort for now, for sure. Can't really blame the kids. So now, what do we have in terms of the damage output? What do we get here? At this point, we have 57,000 on the hero damage and 44,000 for Wilhelm Tell of Heroes of the Storm. Mr. Hanzo himself. Yep. Ooh. Kuvadis Nick, what is he doing? 23 gems. Time to say goodbye. Yep, those are worth a pretty penny, but at least this team is trying to capitalize on the situation by moving topside and eliminating the boss and stealing that away. So that's actually a pretty cool trade. If they can get him, which they can, so they take the boss, buys them a little bit of time. Red Web Weavers are descending too, so you trade the boss for the Web Weavers. That's at least something. Dino is actually the only one that didn't die yet on the blue team side. So yeah, Kids is making the plays here. Getting good damage out. Not dying either. So far, so good. Yeah. Boy is killing it. Yeah, that's the first Web Weaver that you really want to take down. I mean, at this point, if that one makes it over, then you're just running in trouble on the keep. It's kind of funny that, again, you trade the turn in for the boss. That's pretty much what's happened. You get a free boss defense, but you sacrifice your gems for the turn in. It's a 5 versus 5 on the map again. The one thing that I still want to highlight a little bit is that with Leo, of course, in play, once that level 20 hits, you have that big boy power spike with the Buried Alive. So that's happening. Now, the gems are still there. There's still quite a lot of them, especially when we're looking over towards the red team. Leo has just lost most of the gems that the blue team had, but just look at Wilkie alone. He's sitting at 31. They have 56 gems. There's only 16 in the hands of Team Nick, but that's enough to get a turn in for themselves. So they are far behind when it comes to gems in general, but still, turn in is all that you need right now. And they're gonna try to lock exactly that in. So we're gonna find out soon, TM, if they actually are able to do that. Yeah, 19. Leo at the bottom of the map. They want the 20. Of course they do. 20, 20, 20, 20. Give me those Storm Talons. Give me those Storm Talons.
Say hello to your sister for me.
Will do, Leo. Will do. Will definitely do. Alright. She says hi too, by the way. Okay, so Leo moving back away, and Masquerade still looking for the taunt. There it is. Buried alive. The taunt is in. The Unconquered Spirit, Piercing Sands, and the Desperate Prayer. Yeah, Desperate is pretty much Anduin's job description. We've all known that for a while now. But yeah, bottom of the map, Blue Web Weavers. Here we go. This could be the push. This could be the push where they're gonna try and make the big boy plays. Try to go in, take them down here. Let's see how much they can actually pull off with it. Because the level 20 talents should be ready for the opponent in a pretty reasonable time frame as well. But at least for now, it's only one team with Storm Talents. And if you can force the fight before the opponent hits the 22, then yeah, you are in a good spot now. Alright, so over here, the Quasar already pushed out, but Storm Talents are now in, couldn't really capitalize on it. Window was too small, I mean, kind of was obvious. But now we have to get stuff to level 16, that's where we got the bullet spray. And the fort is down, they keep attacked, and it doesn't hit anything. So, around doesn't hit anything at all. The boars, oh, the Lucio ult, the bubble. And they're trying to make the play here. Masquerade actually still alive. It's going to have the taunt back in another 10, but they go for Xrayy, and he is down. Melgan is eliminated. The keep at the top is already falling at the bottom of the map. The wall is already open up as well. Another keep attack. The one in the middle is down, and they're going for the core right away with another attempt to kill against Gia, but he goes for Dainu. Unconquered Spirit is popping off on the other hand, and they're finally trying to get the kill. The taunt, and Gia still gets out. Gia the unkillable. He's going to be taken down by the minions, isn't he? Run, baby, run! But the core is also falling. And this seems to be the end of it. 44,000 damage for Tracer. The fight is still ongoing. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a 2-0 lead for Team Nick against Team Xrayy. GG and well played. Game on! Team Xrayy. They have sent out the SOS already and called for the ambulance because it seems like they're getting a bit of a beating over here. What's happening? Battlefield of Eternity is our map. First pick, first ban goes to the red team. So Team Nick, they are looking for the quick 3-0. Rumor has it that Nick has a hot day today, so he wants to end this one quickly. But yeah, with all of this happening right now, this is game 3. 30 heroes are banned. That's going to limit the pools a little bit more. But one team is suffering quite a bit. So Team Xrayy, do they have the secret weapon? Do they go out with a bang? Is this the game where we're going to see Cho'Gall? What's happening, ladies? That's always, of course, what you can try and do, where you just like go in and you say, like, you know what? Maybe we should just go a little bit more on the extreme side with all of this. So yeah. Zarya is immediately banned out. No hesitation there. One of the questions is, are we going to see maybe Kerrigan? Let's through this time. It's Battlefield of Eternity after all, right? So that could be happening. But yeah. This is, for one of the teams, it's the end of the road today. So either Team Xrayy is able to pull off a 3-game win streak, or they're gonna fall out of the tournament. Team Quacknix has already been eliminated. So now the only question is, does Team Xrayy make it through? And then we're going to continue it from here on out. But yeah, bans are coming in and they're actually debating it. Kerrigan or no Kerrigan? That's the question. Is Battlefield of Eternity a map where you want to ban her out? Yes, no, maybe. Also, what's happening with the other heroes that are still fantastic on the side of Battlefield of Eternity in terms of damage? I actually don't know. Did we see Vala in the series already? Turns out we did. So Vala isn't available. Liming is banned out. Greymane is banned out. Hanzo was also played on the last map. You're actually starting to run out of heroes that are really good at dishing out damage against the Immortal. And useful in other scenarios too. I know there's going to be that one guy, but what about Artanis? And yeah, the problem with Artanis is just he's useless, so It's a bit of a noob trap, honestly, with the amateur opponent. People read that tile, they're like, he's so good against the immortal. And then they realize that he sucks at everything else. But yeah, Sylvanas gets picked. First pick over here. Want to build a little bit of momentum, maybe. I swear to God, this is going to be the game when they pick, when one of the team picks Sylvanas. Artanas. It's going to happen, just you wait. Ah, Dino on Lulnara early on. Yeah, get some of that damage in. The damage over time. So, off we go. The double pick on the other side. Sylvanas is already in. They need a little bit more, but Sylvanas in and of itself is already pretty great, so that's good. And what else could we get with this? I mean, first of all, I am interested in the tanks again. Give me tanks! I mean, there's not really that much. You could play Muradin, for example. No, Anubarak for the setup, okay. Anubarak for the stun setup. Jaina follow-up mages are always still back out there, so that's good. In terms of serious damage output, I mean, we had Phoenix already played. Jimmy is also out. Yeah. Sergeant Hammer, of course, also banned. Malfurion eliminated. Malfurion gets eliminated at this point. Ooh, are they going to pick Tyrande? Malfurion gets eliminated because Anubarak and Malfurion are a pretty good combo to lock a target down, and then Jaina can follow up with the damage. But we've seen now multiple Tyrande players already in a situation like this. And if they ban out Malfurion, which hero do they actually want to pick? Because if you ban Malf, you might as well go for Tyrande and try to employ that Hunter's Mark, right? We didn't see Tyrande yet in this series. So that's possible. Morales banned, okay. Yeah, they're all going for the supports now. Let's see if someone goes into the Tyrande setup here and applies the Hunter's Mark to the Immortal to take it down. That's definitely possible. I mean, we've seen it before. That's another map where it could happen. Nick. Come on. Where's the pick? Thrall?
Glory to the Horde.
Glory to the Horde. And there she is. Tyrande is in their house. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Tyrande is in. What are we going to get picked on the other hand now, though, for them? I mean, White Mane, Oriel. Yeah, probably not so much Oriel. Karazim. Karazim is up. You could go for the friendly neighborhood panda and drop Lily. I don't really think so. But Karazim might not be a bad idea, honestly. You can jump in deep, but it's White Mane instead. Anubarak and Arthas is the tank line at the front. That's always going to try and bust out that Alpha Wolf, maybe. There's a lot of slows available, though. And now the bigger question. Last pick. Damage. What are we getting? What's happening? They're actually hesitating here a little bit, too. It could be a good one for them, honestly. With the slows already in. Another melee, I suppose. Kira! Okay. Let's go. Kira is in, ladies and gentlemen. Battlefield of Eternity, the last map in this series, possibly, depending a bit on how Team Nick is going to perform now. Can Team Xrayy turn it around? That's the big question. We're heading into game number 3, Battlefield of Eternity. Let's jump straight in the game between Team Xrayy and Team Nick. Game number 4. Team Nick has taken the lead with the 2-0, and now we see Nick himself on Kira. Dino on Lulnara. We have Kelvin on Thrall with the immediate pick into the Trolling Thunder. Yasuo on Tyrande. Masquerade on Garrosh. On the right side of the map, Xrayy on White Man. Tobos on Jaina. Dequaza on Arthas. The Will Q on Anubarak. And Gia on Sylvanas. Alright, let's go. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't have minded if he goes into the 4-man to see a little bit of Trash Lightning setup over here. But no, Trolling Thunder it is. So again, the talent is actually good now. So it gets picked quite a lot. But if you're already part of the 4-man rotation, you know you might as well go for the damage and just simply start to stack the Trash Lightning here. And try and see if you can complete that towards the end of the game. 1 minute in, we're going to see those camps spawn and be a bit of a focus. Interesting. Sylvanas top side, so it's a 3 versus 2. This is the moment where Kira also should be informed by the team, like, well, you know what, there is actually someone missing down here, so I'm not quite sure about all of this, but you gotta be careful at the top side or this might become a bit of a problem for you. Yeah, Tyrande is also gonna be super interesting with all of this, especially since I want to see how much they can do on the Immortal. They have some good heroes for that. I mean, on the other side is Sylvanas. But they at least got the setup with Lulnara here, as Bambi is already hopping around a little bit. To the day I'm shocked when I found out that Bambi is a boy. Like, seriously. Like, honestly, I mean, obviously, when I was a kid, I watched Bambi and everything. But for some reason, I always, afterwards, like, for such a long time, I really thought that Bambi was actually a girl. So, yeah. And then I found out. It was kind of weird. Just strange, you know? It's just like, I don't know. But yeah, so Bambi's hopping around over there. In this case, we don't care about this all that much. Yeah, Lulnara already trying to get the camp down. Ooh, careful, will Q. That's already 50 HP, 50% of the HP gone. Gotta be careful, my friend. There's the flip, there's the attack, and there is the bug elimination. That bug has been fixed. Yeah, better bug reporting and fixing than Blizzard themselves. We're proud. Okay. And now the rotation towards the top happening, just as we are looking at it. Nick. Yep. Swing! Righty. Dino. Dino's gonna have a fun game. Honestly, if all of this is focused on the front line and he's just allowed to get the poke in, look at how he's wrecking them. Congratulations, you just got the kill against Kira, now you're gonna lose 2 heroes because you just did that. Oh, that was a bit of an amateur stun that we just saw from Yasuo. Come on, my friend, you're better than that. Yeah, it's a trade, actually. Arthurs get out, but they got the control of the top lane now anyways. So, well, there's that. Good for them, at least. But off we go. Bot lane. Thrall is holding this one tight still. But here it comes. The first Immortal is on the map in another 18 seconds. Yeah, Kira over here, still doing the work. She has, by the way, gone into maximum effort and upstage. He's standing on her end. But now it's time to shine. Okay, let's see how this is going to pan out. Honestly, if the front line is going to get targeted the entire time, then Lulnara is just going to have the most fun in this game. She's already getting the stacks together on this. Needs to be very careful with the stun when it comes through, but so far Dino is just sitting tight. And yeah, starts to slowly get this. Now, Lulnara isn't really great when it comes to just murdering an Immortal and just dropping it really quickly. But the damage over time, if you apply the stacks, is still very annoying. And it's a consistent effort to take it down. And if the damage dealers are already missing that can burst this thing, then she is fantastic. Now we have Jaina eliminated. That was a good kill. And they win the halftime show too. Ooh. Xrayy, come on, boys. You can make it happen. I believe in you. I believe in you. Then again, maybe I shouldn't. Yasuo, he has also the Hunter's Mark that he could apply there. Tyrande is now moving in as well, together with Masquerade. There's the flip, the stun, the follow-up, and they're trying to run down Tyrande. I mean, quite literally. Yasuo is there like, no, don't, not me, please. But there's the kill. Tyrande is down. That's what you get for cheating on Illidan. And the hit against the blue team. 1 down, 3 kills against 2, but boy is that an Immortal. And Tirana is going to be back in just a couple of seconds, for sure. Okay, top side. That's where they're starting to jump in now. Immortal gets attacked pretty quickly. Careful. Hello, Gia. You gotta be really careful here. That could be a kill. Yep. Off we go. Will Q is rushing away. There's a bit of a flip over as they're trying to throw the minions after them. But yeah, the attack is in and that wall is gonna fall. Can they get the fort? I doubt it. Lulnara is still at the bottom of the map trying to play it out against Arthur. He's gonna hate that for sure. Going up against the ranged hero when you're in the solo lane is definitely something where just like, why me? Leave me alone. But off we go. That's the wall falling. Oh, another bug report. And the bug gets fixed. No, it doesn't get fixed. Okay. Alright, so Nubaruk actually makes it out. The cockroach is on the way out of the fight, but that fort has fallen after all. And whoo, Team Nick, they really want to close this out with a 3-0, don't they? Yeah, absolutely no fucks given. These boys are moving in, showing no regret, no regards for life or anything, taking kill after kill, taking the big boy Immortal, and are setting themselves ahead with a level 8 and going from camp to lock those out too. Which is exactly what we're currently looking there. Okay. Ancestral Wrath is in as well. Splintered Spear, the standard talent on Europe. If you go into an A, it's like, honestly, this is one of the differences where you really see a huge gap between an A and Europe. Whereas we have Splintered Spear on Lunara on level 7 as an absolute lockdown standard, we have in North America, just, they have their own meta over there. It's really probably one of the biggest differences when you're talking about builds that we're seeing over there. So it's always kind of funny when that happens. It was pretty obvious in Division S North America, actually. Ooh, Whiteman actually down at this point. Whiteman down. And can they get a little bit more? They want another kill, but Kelvin is in trouble and he goes down. Masquerade is also low. Seems like this is finally the revenge of Team Xrayy. The quest is completed, but Garrosh has still fallen. The problem is that another thing that falls is that fort. So you're trading 2 for 1 in heroes, and then you get the fort after that. I mean, I still call that worth, to be honest. So now those fountains are down, and they're trying to go for the Quasar, maybe. 3 already in. Dino's... How much damage does he have at this point? Less than Wakanda Girl. Kira on 18,000 now. They Quasar, he wants to kill, and they get the double! Yeah, even with the level 10 kicking in and Leap coming through. That's a double kill. 6 kills against 4. Yeah, they're actually on the lead all of a sudden. Okay, there we go. And they're still trying to YOLO into this. Nick is just saying, boys, I got this. 1v5, no problem, baby. I got you. Alright. Immortals are spawning a little bit more on the defensive side now, so easier to defend for the teams. It's a 5 versus 5 on the map again, with both teams rocking their level 10 abilities. Also, we actually get the ring. Ring of Frost Ladies. The ring is in, and with a good setup here, that could actually hurt quite a lot, but for now, there's the ring, and they connect. No, actually it didn't connect with anything. The zoning ring, but still, Kira is down, and, well, there's that. Off we go, they Quasar and Masquerade. The big battle between the frontliners. The Quasar actually is about to get murdered here. Oh, instead they're turning it against Whiteman. She was just standing there trying to say, oh, the owl kill! He got the owl kill in. Nice. Yeah, well done. Okay, that was pretty cool. The owl kill as the finish. I was just about to say that Whiteman at least went down for a good cause and was able to save Arthur's in the attempt. But that did not work out. Good old owl kills. Yeah, fantastic. Will Q, another kill. Kira just showing absolutely no mercy here whatsoever. In this case, the final strike is in. Yeah, well played. Okay. Same time now. We actually see Xrayy attacked again. Now they are playing a 5 versus 4. The Immortal with 50% HP is definitely going to hurt a little bit. Nick has been jumping in right after Sylvanas. So Kira nearly got a setup there. Everybody's still moving down to the bottom of the map, I assume, after taking the fort away from the opponent. 7 kills against 7 now. The damage output still in favor of Kira over Lunara. The ring! And this time at least there's one connect, and that follows with the kill. Kira is down. Top side is getting pushed by the camp. Bot side is getting pushed by the Immortal. I mean, you pretty much can choose your poison at this point. Which death do you want to die right now? Top lane gets attacked by 2, bot lane gets attacked by 2. There's definitely going to be some damage had, but I don't think they're going to lose the keep. They're going to lose the wall. That one is more or less a given. And at the bottom of the map, as the Immortal is now getting burned down, the wall is also falling, but I actually expected this to be a bit more impactful on the damage side. Yeah, Dino can easily jump out. He has leap, so this is not a problem. But the wall has been destroyed at the top, at the bottom, so that means the next Immortal that gets taken on either lane will do some serious damage here. So that is kind of problematic for now. Okay, what else do we get? I mean, it's 7 kills against 8. There's still a level 13 advantage that we now have for them. Kira went straight into the chainsaw, and there's the Abolish Magic on 13 now. Not really something I necessarily expected here to see, but okay. So Abolish Magic gets claimed. Same time, we got also the owl set up, 13 on both sides now. And it's time to shine. Honestly, it's 13 versus 13, so this is really the moment when you need to make a couple of plays, right? Earlier we had Team Nick playing maybe a little bit too aggressive, but now with the setup, if you can get a Thrall, yep, he gets flipped out. What a play. Oh my god, Masquerade. You fucking beast. He goes down, but they get the trade kill against Arthas. He saved, first of all, Thrall. Then he made sure that Arthas would die too. And now they are chasing again as the top lane gets pushed by another camp. Really good setup here. Dainu leaps out, gets some additional damage in, and Nick is also tempting for the chase. Tries to get the damage secured against Wilq, gets the ult out but misses it, and Dainu is still poking away. The stun is in that cockroach, just doesn't die. He gets out again. Ah, that's the end of him. That's the end, but what an effort here. Yeah, and the poke is still coming through. Top side, the keep is losing some hit points. They are just under so much pressure now. They're getting attacked everywhere here. And the Immortal is going to pop in another 14 seconds. And of course, on top of it, there's another camp that they can take. Throwing even the Shaman over. Someone is having fun with this game. Yeah, they are just crossing. Let's be honest. Team Nick is currently outpacing Team Xrayy quite a bit here. They're playing fantastic. So unless we're going to see a serious effort on Xrayy's side, this is not going to happen anytime soon. Yeah. Alright. Immortal gets attacked. Can they take that? Higher level lead. Let's get the race down pretty quickly, actually. The halftime show is definitely going to be won by the blue team. So they take that at least. Look at the minimap alone. Like, the lanes are getting pushed out by the catapults, and then we have the Shaman camp at the bottom of the map. You have to react to that. If you don't send anybody down, the red team, then you are going to lose hit points on the keep. Now, I don't really think they're going to lose the keep itself, but hit points hurt this. Guys, they might actually lose the entire thing if they don't send someone down. And they are desperate in the attempt to try and take the Immortal, because they know that if they don't claim it, they're going to be in even more pain here on the lane and maybe even lose the game. So it's a huge problem for them. They take the fight, or at least they try to, but here comes the Cocoon against Garrosh. Bot lane, the keep is already taking damage as expected. Top lane is soon going to look at the same outcome. That could be a kill against Masquerade, though, and they get it. The ring with the double connect against Lara and Thrall. Is that going to be enough? They're trying to turn it against Nick. Nick gets focused. But yes, bottom of the map, the keep is going to fall. For sure. Dequaza on the other hand. Dequaza. Arthur's dead. Lunara jumps in. Arthur's dead. Keep about to go down. Over here, the fight continues. 4 versus 4. Wilq is low. And as if the situation wasn't already bad enough, Xrayy dies. And top side, we have the catapult still doing damage to the keep. It's rough. It's a really rough situation. They're even moving in. Do they actually try to go for the core here just out of nowhere? I don't really think so. Now, they have to take the Immortal. It's level 16 that they're relying on right now. Top side, again, has damaged the keep even more, which means once the Immortal is taken, it will travel towards the top and push through this. But holy hell. There it is. 43,000, the damage output for Lunara. Finally, she's overtaking Kira here. Both of them actually had very similar damage numbers. The kill against Sylvanas, though. The Cocoon couldn't really help against Kelvin here. He's just trying to get the Immortal connected, but Dequaza gets focused on very quickly. Army of the Dead or no Army of the Dead, it doesn't really matter anymore. If you have that much burst against you, then you just can't out-heal that with a couple of ghouls. Or lemmings, as we now call them, thanks to that brilliant eye that they seem to have. Tobus gets thrown in. And even with the old ring play, but not enough. And Tobos is gonna fall. He's not the only one. Whitemane is dead. Catapults are already on the core. And it's it's a party. Wilq dies to the damage overtime. And they are moving in for the final blow. Nicely done by Team Nick. Very dominant performance here in the lower bracket. They eliminate Team Xrayy from meta madness. And with this, we are, of course, then again focusing on the next few rounds in the winner bracket, in the lower bracket. But a great tournament so far. Unfortunately for Team Xrayy, this time they were a little bit outclassed here. Team Nick with the victory, 3-0 against Team Xrayy, finishing the series out on Battlefield of Eternity.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.